Okay, hello guys. Welcome back to my channel. This is a little bit of a different video. You guys have probably seen videos like this if you've been around for a while. Every once in a while, I'll do a little chit-chatty, sit down, catch up with me life updates type of situation. And I feel like we're well overdue for one since it's been a bit since I've chatted with you guys and let you know what's going on with my life. So here we are today with a little bit of a life update. Not much has changed in the past year, but stuff has still changed. So how old am I now? I'm like 32, and I feel like in your 30s, you just become so much more settled with yourself. I have this very air of IDGAF, what people think of me. As long as I'm happy at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And I also don't know if that's your 30s or if that's also how you start to feel once you have a child and you care more about your child than yourself. I don't know. I'm just feeling like a little bit less selfish. I'm spending less on myself this year. If you guys may have noticed my videos, I haven't done as many and as frequent of designer hauls as I used to in the past. Either that or the recent recession in the economy. I just haven't really been inspired by what I've seen coming out to really be like, I need to buy that. And I think I'm gravitating a little bit more towards fine jewelry now as opposed to just like bags and shoes. And I can't really justify buying a lot of the fine jewelry at home in Canada because the prices are so exorbitant. We haven't been doing as much travel, so I don't know. My content has been a little bit all over the place. I've noticed that I've been shopping my closet a lot more lately as opposed to buying new pieces all the time. And just being able to find versatility in what I wear and ensuring that everything that I'm bringing into my closet is a classic timeless piece. For myself, it doesn't have to be qualified as classic and timeless for everybody else because I know everyone has their own standards to that, but an item that I can get a lot of wear out of it to make sense purchasing it. So you may have seen a couple of more expensive and higher end items here and there make their way into my closet, but that's just because I can validate getting a lot of wear out of that product as opposed to a lot of like fast fashion keeps. Although I still do shop fast fashion because sometimes if something is a little bit too statement, it just doesn't make sense for me to buy it full price at its designer price. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm sitting right now with my purchasing ethos. Not to say that I don't still shop. I just feel like I've been shopping less and I don't really know what to pin that reasoning down to besides just like the economic recession, being more mindful of what I'm purchasing and just spending more money on my kids instead of myself. Yeah, I feel like there's been a bit of a switch and shift in how I'm spending my money lately. And then in terms of travel, we haven't traveled as much this year as we have previously in the past. I stopped making travel vlogs just because I felt that it took away so much from the experience of my travel when I'm doing it that I wasn't able to really enjoy my trips as much. So kudos to everybody else who's able to vlog while they're traveling. I can't do it. And there's just something inside of me that makes me feel like I'm not able to enjoy the trip. If I'm holding up my camera all the time, admittedly, I'm still taking photos. I'm still taking pictures with my phone, videos for my stories. And I feel like that's where it really stems down to, that now there is somewhere that my vertical videos can live, which is TikTok. Whereas before TikTok, it was mostly vlogging for YouTube. And I've recently started more like daily vlogging in TikTok for my travels and documenting my story, my life on there so I can go back and watch it down the road. It's a different outlet completely. And I know that not everybody on here is also on TikTok, but it's just made it easier that if I'm already going to be capturing video on my phone for my Instagram stories, I can just capture a couple more for TikTok and have it all on my phone and not have to carry an extra vlogging camera around with me. I may go back to vlogging at some point just because I find it so fun to be able to look back on the memories for myself, if not to share and give to you guys to see too. It's really allowed me though to enjoy the moment some more and be more present on the trip when I'm not constantly thinking about juggling my DSLR, capture the moment on my little point and shoot, and then also capture the moment on my phone for Instagram. Like now I just get the quick photo that I need on my DSLR and then take anything else that I need on my phone. And it doesn't have to be perfectly white balance. It doesn't have to be perfectly in focus. As long as it's like a fun vlog I can share with you guys, that's all that I really need at the end of the day. We haven't traveled as much, not because you guys haven't seen it on here, but that's just how things have been. So far this year, we went to, well, I've been to Paris and Tokyo earlier in May. That was for Mel's bachelorette, and then an extended trip to go with Peter there since he was already in Tokyo with Dave for his bachelor. We stayed at home quite a bit over the summertime just because the summers here are so nice. We've gone to Buffalo to do a little bit of shopping. I don't know if that really counts as a trip though. I just recently came back from France, skiing for my very first time in the French Alps, and it was mind-blowing. I need to go back. I don't know why I've never considered this as a trip in the past. You've never gone and you're an avid skier, snowboarder, you have to. If not, let alone just for the après culture, because that's where I thrive. But I want to learn how to ski properly now so I can justify going there every single year and bringing my whole family with me. And then that's essentially it for our year as a recap. We do have a lot of trips coming up for 2024 though, surprisingly, that we're not even in that year yet. I'm already planning out all of my trips. We have Vietnam in January. Very excited to go. I have never been. Peter's been a few times. Harrison has also never been. We've also never traveled across seas with Harrison, so I'm excited to see how that's gonna go. Also nervous because I feel like there are a lot of hurdles that we could encounter, but I have faith that we're gonna accomplish them all. We have a potential trip to Jamaica for March. That is in the works. It's not finalized yet, but we're trying to get that rolling. And then Peter and I may take Harrison with us to like Punta Cana in May sometime. So those are the first 3 trips for the beginning of the year. I know for sure I'm going to be going to Saint Tropez in September with my girls for like my super belated batch trip that I never got to go on. So it's just going to be girls trip. And then from there on, I'm not sure where else yet. So those are the 4 destinations that we have right now. We have Vietnam, Jamaica, Punta Cana, and then Saint Tropez. I would love to get like one more trip into Europe in there at some point, maybe like a Paris tacked on to something else. I mean, I will be going to Paris when we go to Saint Tropez. Like, we're gonna be flying into there, so that's the main point of destination for our layover, because you can't fly directly into Saint Tropez from Toronto. But I would like to go somewhere else, at least like one other location. I'd love to cross Croatia, finally, like off my list, and maybe even like Albania, but we'll see. 4 is good for now. I feel like that's a lot for a year. We used to travel like almost every 6 weeks before the pandemic, and I don't know if we can ramp it up to that level again, just because we have Harrison now, but 4 is quite a bit, and I think I can squeeze in one more trip, which will make the year a very busy one. You guys are probably gonna see a little bit less of me in January. I'm trying my hardest to be able to record as much as I can so that you guys have continuous content while I'm gone. That is my goal, but ramping up towards the holidays, I have a lot going on right now. With Harrison, we're gonna be going back home to Ottawa to visit family, so I'm just trying to be as stress-free as possible. I know for sure until the end of December we will have content, 100%, I guarantee. January while we're gone though, I'm not too sure about that. Speaking of vlogging, I will be vlogging our trip to Vietnam just because I feel like it's gonna be so interesting and unique and such a different one, because we're gonna be bringing Harrison with us for the first time ever. But besides that, you guys will see some Vietnam content. I'm planning to do some shopping, not some crazy designer shopping because that's not really what Vietnam is known for, but on my list are a new ao dai for myself because I need a couple more. I don't have any besides my wedding ones. I would like some to be able to wear to special occasions and celebrations. I would also love to pick up some custom tailored clothing because I know in Hoi An they're really well known for that. And then also some pearls, because apparently Aquia pearls are very popular in Vietnam and they source them there. So that's my goal, to get those items along with like just some of your standard souvenirs here and there. But yeah, stay tuned for those vlogs because I will be sharing all of our experience in Vietnam there. I'm also trying to think of like what else has been going on with their life right now. I feel like for the better earlier part of this year, and I didn't touch on this much yet on my channel, I came to the conclusion that I had a little bit of postpartum after Harrison. It took me a while to get out of the rut, and I think I was in denial that I had postpartum just because it didn't feel like I was depressed, but I'd have on and off days where I would need to stay in bed all day long, and then I'd have a week full of productivity, and then I would just go back to being in bed and wanting to vegetate and not doing anything at all. And after coming out of that headspace, I can finally be aware of where I was at now and look back and be like, whoa, Vic, like that was not healthy. That's not how you should have felt. But like, it's okay if you do feel that way, but like that's not normally how you feel. And I didn't realize I was in that postpartum haze until I came out of it. There was that. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Our goal for 2024, I think, is to start house hunting by the end of next year. We're wrapping up some personal things here in order to get that done, which is why I know I've been saying for the past few years we really want a house, but there have been some personal things that have been kind of like setting us back and not being able to achieve that goal. But I think now we're getting closer to it. So we're finally gonna be able to do that at the end of this year, and hopefully by summer at the latest in 2025, we will have our first house to ourselves. And you guys will see lots of moving vlogs. I will take you guys along with me in the journey of house hunting. If you would like, leave a comment down below if that's something that you are interested in. Otherwise, you will just magically see a new background one day when we move into the new house. But yeah, there's that. Harrison is starting some extra days at daycare, which we're really excited for because he's thriving it. Has so many friends there. We're really enjoying the time away from him. Transparently, it's really helped to be able to get time back to ourselves, to do work, to focus on each other, to focus on personal things. It's hard to balance a home and work life when you have a child at home all the time. And I don't know in what world I thought that I would be able to homeschool him. It's hard. I do not think ECs and teachers get paid enough to do what they do. So bravo to you guys. I highly think you guys deserve to get paid more. He's thriving. He just turned 2. And I honestly think that this is my favorite moment in his whole life so far. He is so much more playful, outspoken, mobile, interactive at this age more than ever before. And I know some people fall in love and like really adore the infant baby stage. That's not me. I'm enjoying the toddler stage. He's pure chaos running around the house all the time, but I love it. I thrive off of it, and I think it's just so adorable watching him play. His mind is so malleable too. Like, we teach him things, or he'll learn stuff from daycare and he'll come home saying something different every day, and it's just like a constant wow. You just learn something new. It's so cool. So I'm really thriving and enjoying toddlerhood. I know it doesn't last for long, but I'm embracing it and loving it as long as I can, because I did not enjoy newborn infanthood. That was not for me. I know some people love it, but toddlers, where is that? I just like it so much more. And in the sense of just like personal, back to like the postpartum depression, I think I'm coming out of it now a lot more. I've just had a lot of clarity of where I was in that first year. This whole past year has put a lot of it into perspective for me, raising awareness for postpartum depression and not feeling ashamed to have it, and not even realizing when you have it, because you can sink into it very, very quickly without realizing, in between the mix of like just exhaustion, taking care of a newborn, trying to figure out yourself, getting acquainted with your new body, getting acquainted with a new person in your house. It's a lot to take on, and I don't think I recognized that there was some postpartum depression that was settling into me until it was too late, which is essentially when I got out of it. And I think mine was mild for the very least. I know a lot of people experience it significantly worse than mine. So if you are feeling off, or your partner's noticing anything different in you, definitely get it checked out. Speak to your doctor, have them assess you and see if that's what you're experiencing, because you do not need to go through this alone, nor should you go through this alone. It's nothing to be ashamed about. Your hormones are so out of whack. You're exhausted. You're not getting enough sleep. Like, there's nobody to blame. It's just biology happening. So if you're also experiencing it, I would say talk to somebody, get help, seek some medical advice, and hopefully get some treatment for it, or just be aware that it's happening to you and look for resources online to help you figure it out. Trying to see if there's anything else that's new in our life right now. I think that's essentially it. Nothing else super crazy besides some amazing upcoming trips, how I'm feeling in life so far, our house plans, and where we're at, and Harrison. But yeah, that was very chatty. I'm looking at like my screen right now. We're sitting at 50 minutes of me talking nonstop. I'll see how much I can trim down. So I feel like 50 minutes is a lot. This is obviously not as exciting as my usual videos when I have like movements, cutaways, showing products and stuff like that. But I felt like you guys are like my family here. We've gotten to know each other so well over the course of like 5 years or so. And I feel like you guys are due for some life updates here and there. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little wholesome life update and you guys are having a very safe and happy holiday season. Of course, if you guys want to see more content from me, you know where to find me over on TikTok and Instagram. I cannot use both hands because I'm holding this one with my coffee right now. Actually, this is not coffee. This is hot chocolate. If you know me, a peppermint hot chocolate is the path right to my heart. That is what I'm currently enjoying, because I'm trying to cut myself off from coffee. I've been having way too much. I've been having like 2 a day. I want to get back down to 1 because it's just making me really jittery at night time. But yeah, you guys can check me out on those 2 platforms if you'd like to see more content from me. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next video, and have a very, very safe and happy holiday season. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next video, or maybe the new year, depending on when this video goes live. Bye!